beautiful people, tribe of many colors. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. 2025 looks good on you. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I don't care what anybody says. 2025 looks good on you. As you stepping it up this year. This is a year of luck, of charm, of magic, of togetherness, of love, of beauty, babies, happiness, bright colors. I'm telling you, don't let the distractions stop you from dreaming. That's what they're meant to do. Don't let the distractions stop you from dreaming. You keep seeing your bright, beautiful future with everything looking good for you, because that's the only way you get there. That's the only way you get there. You have to always make sure you paint your future bright and beautiful and abundant. Don't ever let anyone paint a bleak picture of your future for you. Never, never, never. Okay, so before I even got on, guess what? Energy started coming through. You're going to the stars, baby. I just kept hearing that over and over and over. You're going to the stars, baby. You're going to the stars. So then the downloads start coming in. We're about to start meeting our star family. And I'm like, how? Let's go. We got to talk about this, because I love the topic of the star family. Galaxies, dimensions, timelines. I love that topic because I believe us to be multi-dimensional beings. And it's not until we explore the topic of dimensionality that we start to see how expanded we are in spirit. We are so expanded and so beautiful and just bursting with love. I'm telling you, I'm feeling good things. Feeling very, 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 very good things. So, to do my part to introduce us to the star family, I'm going to use two decks that I have. This one here. I just love the artwork. As soon as I saw this, I fell in love with the artwork. I love when people can get creative with their decks. So let's pull from that and see what we get as an introduction to the star family. Come on, baby. This one, believe it or not, it flew past my hand in the deck about 3 times. So I'm like, okay, I guess this one's it. I told myself if it comes back again as I'm shuffling, I'll pick it. And I did. Manifestia. Let's see what our star brothers and sisters want to tell us right now. It says, you can decide how you want to live. The universe fully supports your choice to step into the optimal version of yourself. Dream big. Woo! Dream big. Then dream bigger. Now is a great time to start the projects you have been considering. All it takes is some pollination. Be creative with your visioning. Sow the seeds of the reality you want to experience through affirmative thinking and higher intention. Then anchor or ground your dream seeds. Manifest from the heart. Overcome fear. Take strong positive action and let go of the outcome. Know and trust your dreams are already on their way and expect to see results. I love this. Look at the passion flowers, the stars. Beautiful energy. Butterfly. Wow. It just feels like everything wants to open up. This is it. Listen, 2020, 2020. I can't even talk. I've been doing that a lot too. I've been just saying 2020, 2020. Listen, 2025 is about to open up big time. Big time. This is like the gateway to your dreams have opened. There's absolutely nothing standing in your way right now. Opportunities are just coming, 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 coming. Why? Because you've earned this. This is the result of seeds you planted before. And when you plant a seed and something grows and then it bears a seed, you plant it again. And then you let that grow and then you let it bear seeds and then you plant that again. So we're just going to keep taking advantage of these opportunities. We're going to plant some seeds that are going to blossom for us later, and we're just going to keep collecting, 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 collecting wealth, abundance, happiness, joy, miracles, synchronicity, love, passion, creativity, purpose. It's just going to keep coming. Coming and coming and coming and coming. And you can look forward to it. You don't have to wait and question and doubt. It's coming. It's here. Your abundance is here. Let's welcome it with open arms. Okay? Everything you want is coming. Everything you want. Ooh, it's coming. It's coming. And I feel the excitement. I feel the happiness. I'm going to pull one more from this deck. This deck got good vibe. Let's pull another one. Joy is very important. That's what I kept hearing too. You have to maintain your joy. Negativity comes for your joy first. That's the first thing it comes for. Every time you start feeling yourself getting pulled down and drained to a negative space, that's how you know you need to get back into your creative zone. Get back into your meditation. Okay, and it can pull heavy on the energy sometimes, but at this point you have everything you need to pull yourself up out of this now, right? It's no longer a searching. You've gathered so many tools. Now it's just putting them together in different ways, all right? But protect your joy. That's very important. Very important, because that's your strength. And if your joy is diminishing, then your strength is diminishing. So if you're in a relationship, if you're in a job, if you're in a location, if you're in a home where you're just not feeling a lot of joy, it's time to start carving that out for yourself, or looking to move on from those places and those people. Right? Especially if you know someone who actively tries to steal your joy. You got to start calling it what it is. Sometimes we have a tendency, when people are very negative, to give them too much of a pass. And, you might say things like, oh, she's just having a bad day. No, I don't care how bad a day you're having. No one should have such a bad day that they take it out on you. That's why we're going into sovereignty, because each and every one of us has to self-govern. Which means if I'm having a bad day, I use my resources to get to a place where I can at least reflect. And if I need help, I reach out and I receive help. But no one gets to take their bad days out on you. And don't ever be a dumping ground for that. Don't ever be a dumping ground for somebody's bad day, or they're gonna always be attracted to you to do that thing. Just dump on you. That's not who you are, sovereign being. You uplift others by uplifting yourself. You strengthen others by strengthening yourself. You love others by loving yourself. Okay? You give others purpose and you help them to find their voice when you acknowledge your purpose and find your own. This one wanted to come out next. Ah, yes, the dragon said, pick me. That Kundalini taking flight. Look at this. The heart just all the way open, all the way open. Beautiful colors, things taking flight, magic. And on the back, radical expansion. Isn't it all flowing? I love when it flows. I love when it flows. Speaking of which, hi Flo, hi Pie Pie. That's my family. You don't really hear me talk about them much, but man, my beautiful niece and her cutie pie baby Pie Pie, she's so cute. I gotta show y'all how Pie Pie is growing. She's amazing. But anyway, radical expansion, right? It is time for radical ways of being and thinking, and you can start by granting yourself the freedom and creativity to be you. Unleash your inner rainbow dragon and unapologetically claim your heart-based empowerment and radiantly unconventional gifts. You can be as big as your energy wants to be. Let go of limiting stories and take up all the space you need. Have fun unleashing who you are. As bold and radical as your ideas or offerings might be, they could be just what the world is waiting for, what the world wants. Be the masterpiece your soul always wanted you to be. Whew. That felt good. That felt good. You can be as big as your energy wants to be. Let go of limiting stories and take up all the space you need. I love that. Sometimes other people's energies can be so big you feel like you don't have no space to just be you. Right? You can't be expressive, you can't be emotional, you can't be loud. Everybody else can be loud, but you can't be loud. Everybody else can speak their mind, but you can't speak your mind. You know those spaces? Have you ever felt like that? So that card is really targeting your energy. And I've been in that space where I've been timid to express myself because it's like, what are people going to think? And then you have to get to a place where it's like, you can't limit your growth because of what other people are going to think. You just have to be you. This is me being me. And I've gotten a lot of compliments on this. Yes, sir. So it's time for you to be you. Break out into a new wardrobe. Wear your hair different. Be radical with your change because your soul, your inner soul is crying to come out. When the world gets like this with darkness and negativity, it's because our souls have not been shining. So the darkness is saying, okay, there's space to come on in. We got to just start being bold. And for a lot of us, let me make sure I get this right. Let me see, the energy is going to many different topics at once. I'm trying to pick one that I'm comfortable with. Okay, so for example, the idea of Christmas. This is a conversation I was having with my guides. There's a lot of us that are drawn to Christmas, and then we've come into some information about how the holiday came about and what the true story behind it is. And so we maybe now say, okay, we're not celebrating Christmas anymore because of how it began, how the story is ugly and deep rooted in something I don't want to participate in. But here's what my guys were telling me about that. Sometimes the the tradition, the holiday, the thing that was created that has an ugly beginning, co-opted the original thing we are attracted to. Let me break that down. So this is how my guys showed it to me. I don't want to create a new scenario. I'm just going to share with you the discussion we had. So I was like, well, what does that mean? They said there's some people who don't celebrate Christmas, but deep down they love it. So I'm like, then why don't they just celebrate it? Because they don't like what the tradition represents, and they don't like how it started. They don't like the story behind it. It's not true. And I said, okay, then what's the conundrum? Because if they don't celebrate something that deep down they love, then they're denying themselves some part of their joy. So I said, how would someone rectify that? Right? Because now you're in a state of denying yourself something you want because your mind has logically said this story and this beginning of this holiday or the people who put it together is not something I like. So now there's internal conflict. So how they said was, as you continue to connect with yourself, you're going to remember where your love for these things came from. How it's represented now is not how you experienced it in your past life. For example, they showed me the Christmas tree, and they said there were people in tribes who used to go to an elder tree in the forest. This is a tree of wisdom, of knowledge. This is the tree you go to and tell your stories and cry out your pain and grieve your loved ones. These were the things people did under these sacred trees. They made wishes. They asked for the universe to bless their unions. They brought their babies to the tree. So there's something about this tree that started to almost house the memory, the feelings, the emotions. It was a storage. It was a container. It was the house for the wealth of the human experience. And that when that tree could regenerate your health, when it could let you hear the voices of your ancestors, it was a sacred tree. And people would go to that sacred tree and put lights and put gifts and put decorations, but they never cut it. They never cut the tree. So for some of us, we have a memory of ancient trees that were celebrated at certain times and decorated with lights in the forest and little reflective papers. So they would even glisten in the daytime. And it was just to show honor to that sacred space. So sometimes traditions and religions, they can put something around a story that already existed. So if you're having conflict with loving maybe Christmas and seeing the trees and the decorations, but you don't love or believe in what Christmas today stands for, the message is to remember your past and remember your history and remember your lifetimes and appreciate it from that space. So if you're having a conflict with that, this is for someone very specific. If you're having a conflict with that and maybe you want your children to kind of celebrate something but not that, the call is to go deeper into your timeline, into your dimensional records, your dimensional history, and connect and remember with why you love it, and then bring that original love for it forward into 2025. Because at the end of the day, this is about you being happy. That's the most important thing. Don't let the things that you come to know about something cause you to now be so woke that you now lose your happiness. And that can happen. I've seen people who are so awakened to wisdom and knowledge that they're jaded about everything in life. Everything. So ultimately, to wrap this up, the whole purpose of being here is to experience joy in every aspect of living. And if what you start to believe takes that away from you, it's time to adjust that belief system. There's nothing you should believe that should take your joy away from you. Everything that is true for you will bring you more joy. It'll never take it away. If someone is taking your joy from you, zapping it from you, draining it from you, that's not true for you. That's not your truth, and that's not where you need to be. Anything you are aligning with that's true for you will bring you joy naturally. That was a very, very specific message for someone. I hope that brought you some clarity. Okay. Now, that lined up. I like that. Everything lined up with that one. I'm going to put this one away. And now, I am going to use another deck that feels otherworldly and magical to me. This one. Sophie Bichard, artwork by Hillary Wilson, Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians. This one always feels like it has star energy. Let's get this little book. I hope you guys are doing well for 2025. I really do. I hope you're able to stay grounded and happy and peaceful and loving within yourself. Now let's see what this one says. Let's see. Okay. Okay, there's two. So I guess this is the two I'm pulling. So hold on. This is the first one. Baba Yaga, patience. And this is the second one. Oh, the cover. Oh my God. I don't know how to say that name. Tlatzotwatl. Tlatzotwatl. Yeah, maybe I'm getting that right. Tlatzotwatl. Forgive. So it seems like these two things, patience and forgiveness, is going to be the key to whatever you need this year. So if you're tuning in, then there's some big information here for you about your patience and your ability to forgive. Let's see what it says. Baba Yaga. Patience. Let things develop gradually. Take your time. To the Slavic peoples of Eastern Europe, Baba Yaga, pronounced Baba Yaga, is the old woman of autumn whose spirit lived in the last kernel of harvested grain. Slavic lore said that the female who ate this kernel would bear a child the following spring. In Russian folklore, Baba Yaga is the forest witch who traveled through the air inside her cauldron. In Old Russian, Baba Yaga may mean midwife or sorceress. She's the wild hag, a babushka, or grandmother goddess of matrilineal wisdom, with a gathering basket containing woodland medicines. Her silver wolf is a time-traveling spirit teacher. Ooh, Listen, Baba Yaga don't play. She is full of resources. A spirit wolf who's a teacher, medicine. She carries matrilineal wisdom, grandmother goddess. What? Yo, Baba Yaga she don't play. So let's see what she has to say. Your spirit medicine from the ancient woman of the forest, Baba Yaga, is a good old dose of patience. It might not be what you want to hear, but there's simply no rushing this process. Everything in nature has a season, but in our modern world, we seem to have forgotten that all good things take time to unfold. The situation or relationship you're involved in won't respond to anxious pushing and prodding. Leave things alone for a while. Time and space are needed for this issue to heal, develop, or come to fruition. So time and space are needed for this issue to heal, develop, or come to fruition. Okay. Persevere with your journey without grasping for immediate gratification. Instant results are not the way of Baba Yaga. She's inviting you to build something of quality, of real substance, something that endures. Keep going even when it seems as if nothing is happening. There are ages and stages of accruing spiritual knowledge. You don't need to ask frantic questions of the universe, of your teachers, or of yourself. Rest assured, the answers will come when it's time. You're not being given everything at once because rushing will spoil the end result. Slow cooking yields the richest, tastiest dishes. Let go of your fast-paced agenda and allow Baba Yaga to work her timeless magic. I like that. Additional meanings. Make long-term plans or preparations. Any delays you're experiencing are for the best. Slow down the pace of your life. The invocation says, true healing and spiritual growth take time. I trust in the divine process. True healing and spiritual growth take time. I trust in the divine process. True healing and spiritual growth take time. I trust in the divine process. Yeah. Baba Yaga gathered a lot of wisdom because she was patient. That's why she come ready. Imagine coming into the world with all of this medicine to heal anything, wisdom, matriarchal lineage wisdom, so you came with the strength of all the matriarchal ancestors. A spirit wolf, that's a teacher. That's someone who was patient enough to gather all these different things so they can work together. And sometimes when you want to start a business or get in a venture, sometimes even when you're starting a channel and you're looking at the numbers and you're like, man, I'm putting in so much work, these numbers aren't growing. You know what my guides told me? You're watering the roots, K, not the leaves. You don't have to reach everybody. You just have to reach the people that matter to your purpose in life. And you might be surprised if you only have 10 views, 20 views, 100 views, that it's the 100 right people. It's the 50 right people. You'd rather have the right people tuning into you who are going to pour back into you and have well wishes for you than 1,000 people who's sending you negative energy all day long. So just know that wherever you are in your process, And that's if you have 10,000 or if you just have 10. Be patient, because quality is more important than quantity. You'd rather people show up who love you, who you could count on, than all the highest numbers of subscribers, but man, you couldn't ask one of them to buy you bread. Think about that. All right, finish it off with this one. Throttle twaddle. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I wouldn't just say yes. Let's see. Oh, she's all the way at the back. Okay. Isn't that funny? Is she the last one? Yeah. She's the last one in this book. Very last one. There's only just a few pages. So in the end, at the end of it all, it comes down to forgiveness. The last chapter in the book will always be forgiveness. All right, let's read. Let go of blame and punishment. Heal the past. Tlatzaltotl, pronounced Tlasotot, is a Mesoamerican earth mother of the Aztecs and the Huastec, an indigenous Mexican people. A patroness of midwives, she's known primarily as the filth deity. Her name derives from the Nahuatl word for garbage, said to be the eater of impurities. She had connections with lust, vice, and ritual purification. She could lure people to commit immoral acts, but would absolve them afterwards. People confessed their worst misdeeds to Tlatzaltotl through her priests and received total forgiveness. She's associated with childbirth, witchcraft, moon cycles, menstruation, cotton, and broomsticks. Interesting. The filth deity. She's the eater of impurities. Yeah, I guess sometimes when that negative energy gotta go somewhere. It's gotta go somewhere. When you've said or done something you regret, it can weigh heavily on your heart. It doesn't matter how long ago the mistake was made. You can go on punishing yourself for a lifetime. If someone hurt, betrayed, or disappointed you, it can be extremely challenging to let go of the harm they caused. Tlatzaltotl brings forward the most potent healing method that exists in our universe: forgiveness. She says, "You've chosen a profound spiritual practice. This process may transform your life. Holding on to guilt or resentment eats away at the body and spirit. Bitterness is unprocessed anger and will only fester, doing nothing to bring about healing change." Let me read that again. You've chosen a profound spiritual practice. This process can transform your life. Forgiveness here. That's the practice. Holding on to guilt or resentment eats away at the body and spirit. Bitterness is unprocessed anger and will only fester, doing nothing to bring about healing change. This does not mean you condone abusive or cruel acts. It doesn't mean you forget or deny the harm. It means acknowledging that in order to move forward in life, to claim both health and happiness, you must work on forgiving yourself and others. Just being willing is enough. Say an emphatic prayer to bring the energy of forgiveness into your heart. I will take care of the rest. So she says, just bring your willingness to forgive. That's all you got to do. Just be willing to forgive. She said, you don't even have to figure it out. You don't have to figure out how to do it. Just be willing to do it. And then she comes in and just helps to absorb all that negative energy so you can let go and be free. Forgiving is not always easy. It needs careful and thorough attention. It may not happen overnight, but remember, there's nothing on earth that cannot be healed through the miracle of forgiveness. It may not happen overnight. I know that for a fact. It does not happen overnight. But remember, there's nothing on this earth that cannot be healed through the miracle of forgiveness. Additional meanings. Reconciliation within a key relationship is within reach. If you've experienced abuse or trauma, seek appropriate help. Offer a genuine apology. Invocation. I forgive myself. I forgive them. I set us both free. I forgive myself. I forgive them. I set us both free. I forgive myself. I forgive them. I set us both free. And that's how you change 2025 into a better year than the last. I love you. I love you. I love you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your energy, your vibes, your good wishes. You guys have been awesome to me. And I hope to keep being more consistent and awesome to you. Giving you things to tune into, to see, to motivate you to go out and live your best life, your happiest life, because you deserve it in this lifetime. You do. For everyone who's prayed for me, sent me just good vibes and energy, Sadie, Yolanda Marie, my family, my friends, everybody who's watching, everybody overseas. Sometimes I have to translate your language, but I take the time to do that because I love and appreciate you. Thank you. Every single new subscriber, everybody who's liked, shared, came back, tuned in, told somebody, tell somebody, to keep telling somebody. Thank you. Thank you. I love and appreciate you, and I'm wishing you nothing but the best for this year. No matter what you see out there, don't let that negativity come into your heart and steal your joy, okay? Because you got to push back against that. Right? You push back against that by just being your beautiful self. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Talk to you later.
Come on.